Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. I rise to take part on this very important discussion, and I would like to thank you for this opportunity being given to me, sir. Through you, Mr. Speaker, sir, I would like to express my confidence that is filled with optimism over the budget speech that was delivered by our Honorable Chief Minister, sir. And I have no doubt if everything is followed in letter and spirit, coupled with the enthusiasm to see Meghalaya within the Meghalayan decade, I am sure that we have a lot to look forward to, sir. Mr. Speaker, sir, on the same note, under point 3, infrastructure for creating the Meghalayan decade under connecting Meghalaya, I would like to urge upon the government to focus on ease of movement. We are presently subjected to traffic jam in many of the urban areas, especially, sir, if we look at Shillong city. And the decision of the government to shift the administrative offices to New Shillong is a very welcome step, and this will not only help in decongest the Shillong, but also it will provide an opportunity to restore Shillong to its once fame status. Mr. Speaker, sir, I would like to suggest through you to the government that instead of doing away with the Tirot Singh Indoor Stadium complex, a much required space for the citizen of Shillong for an office complex, may the proposed office complex be shifted to New Shillong in consonance with the present objective of the government. Further, I would like to express through you, Mr. Speaker, about the horrible experiences that was being faced by the commuters along the Shillong-Jawai road, especially, sir, if you look at the stretch along the Maurangkeneng-Shillong bypass junction up to the Tadlaskeng-Jawai bypass junction, sir. As we all know, sir, that this particular highway is one of the important highway. It caters to the need to the commuters transiting to Assam, Tripura, Mizoram, etc., sir. It has been experienced, sir, that if there is any vehicle breakdown, and considering the volume of traffic that the road has to cater, traffic jam is almost inevitable, sir. Therefore, Mr. Speaker, sir, I would like to request through you to the government, and especially to our Honorable Chief Minister, to kindly consider the widening of the said road, sir, from the existing 2-lane into a 4-lane road, sir, so that it will ease the traffic congestion, and also, as we have seen in the past, sir, that on this particular stretch of the road, traffic jam happen almost frequently, sir. On the 30th of December last year, sir, my friend here, he was stuck in the traffic jam for more than 10 hours, sir. So that's why I would like to request the government, sir, to kindly pay special attention to the above said road, sir, so that it will ease the traffic congestion. Mr. Speaker, sir, the budget speech has focused on People's College. I've just discussed this point a few moments earlier, but still, it is a very commendable initiative of the Education Department, and I know it will go a long way if rural colleges are given special preference, sir. Why I'm suggesting rural location is for the simple reason to provide opportunity to the economically challenged students who often are the bulk that increase to the dropout in our state, sir. Having said that, sir, I would like to point out the strain on urban centers would be suitably addressed if the phenomenal of rural to urban migration be arrested by such interventions, sir. Therefore, Mr. Speaker, sir, through you, I would request again the government to select colleges in rural areas which have the potential to complement its function with the socio-economic community-based development. As I've said earlier, sir, that one such colleges was formed way back in the year 2005 in my constituency, and the name of the college is Salungdok College. But the managing committee have struggled to keep it functional due to financial constraints, sir. And I hope, sir, I am sure if the government selects such a college for operationalization, I am very optimistic that a large number of students pursuing college education in Jawai and Shillong from my area will definitely return home to their village to continue their education in the said college, sir. And lastly, Mr. Speaker, sir, under infrastructure for governance, I am to remind the House and the government through you, sir, that the long requirement of upgrading the Lasken CNRD block into a full-fledged civil subdivision, which is still unclear, sir, till date. Despite being one of the oldest blocks in the state, it was formed in the year 1973, and it was inaugurated on the 11th of October 1973, only 8 months after the attainment of statehood, sir. Merits the upgradation over the long years past. The population has increased, the number of villages have increased, and this in turn has put a strain on the service delivery of the CNRD block, sir. Till date, sir, the literacy rate in Laskin block, it is below 50%, sir. And the distance to the district headquarters has proved to be a major drawback towards realizing the development potential of the area. I am happy to inform you, sir, that for this very purpose, for the setting up of a civil subdivision, the office of the Dorba Shnong of Lasken village, they has already donated around hundreds of acres, sir, for the very purpose. And it is now entirely in the government hands, sir, to accept on upgrading the block into a civil subdivision. And moreover, sir, Lasken village, it is a centrally located for villages which falls under its jurisdiction. I would humbly pray upon the government, sir, to kindly consider this request in the interest of the overall development of the affected people of our state who have long suffered the opportunity of growth, but patiently waiting for the same. Mr. Speaker, sir, with this brief submission, I would like to thank you once again for giving me this opportunity, and I resume my seat. Thank you, sir.